Hello everyone, how's it going guys? Let's get started. Let's get rid of this picture. Here we go. How's everyone doing alright? Who do we have here? Jay's here, I believe he's working. Let's get down to business. Gappers, let's start with them. Sorted out with volume. Alright, so DYAI guys, there's some catalyst behind it. It's not huge, but there is something behind it. So gotcha. Thanks Jay. Completely forget this sometimes. That should be off now. Awesome stuff. So you guys can hear me properly. Jay, if you can confirm the sound is okay. Awesome stuff. Awesome. Okay. DYAI. This is gapping from 3.59 to 4.3, almost $1.44. At the moment, as it stands, guys, 450 is the level to watch. I'm just gonna put a quick drawing on that. 450 is the level. I like to keep my pre-market levels pink and dashed. I don't know why. That's just I'm used to that color. Maybe a little bit of my feminine side. I don't know. Could be that. FUBO. FUBO is an earnings play, and I believe it's beaten yes, it's beaten the estimates, I think, a little bit. So we'll keep an eye on that. I don't expect too much from it, honestly, because it's earnings play. It's already gapped up enough, so initially it could actually fade off and then start to rebound. We'll keep an eye on it. Not very excited about it. MDIA, however, this has potential to run because of the daily and the volume coming into it. We will keep an eye on this. This might have some potential for it to squeeze something, especially over 12s. So we are looking at the area around 12 areas. So we'll keep an eye on that. This will probably be one of my main watches, guys. MDIA with DYAI. Not looking for shorts on any of these yet. Not yet. I mean, on DYAI, it has to. I'll be a bit careful shorting it unless it starts to show sign of weakness. I mean, very clear sign of weakness. Then I will look into it. But I'll say that, yeah, long biased on these two. And then we have UPST. This is also similar to FUBO earnings play, I believe. As I said, they have gapped up quite a bit, so I think it's already priced in my opinion. So we will see some sort of a correction and then maybe a rebound. Those are the gappers, guys. For the moment, that's what I have. And then the rest we have pretty much similar to what we had yesterday. FULC yesterday had a really good run, and it was an earnings play yesterday. Today is the second day of earnings, so second day is already going about 24, hitting 24. So we are talking gapping up from yesterday's moves, and with today's move it's going to be big. So if it does start to move around, start to climb back up, we will watch 25s. So on this one, it shows quite a bit of strength. Initially, I will be very careful shorting this. Initially, I will look for a backside on this. If I am going to short, it will have to be a backside move, guys. So this is an area we're going to keep 24 and 25s. I just want to, for reference purposes, I want to leave it there, these levels, because once it gets there, I know clearly that, yeah, I am interested in that level. If it does something strange there, then we'll look into trading it. Otherwise, those levels are not that important if it doesn't do anything there. Hopefully you understand what I mean. So that's FULC. It looks quite strong. It's already overextended a little bit, so if you are going to take long on it, be very careful. There might be a bigger pullback expected on it, at least to the VWAP, hopefully soon. So that's your FULC. ZEV. Yesterday we traded this, remember? So we will today, I mean, gap wise, not much happening, chopping around. So I want to see some action on it, probably around 12s. If it starts to break above 12s, then maybe look into longs. Because yesterday it actually 12s played a big role around here, and then when we traded as well, 12 held here nicely. So 12 is a big area for me on this, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people are watching that area as well. So let's keep an eye on that 12 area. If it starts to break that, I'll put an alert as well there. ZEV alert around 12s. Okay, done. Right, what's next? On this one as well, guys, if it does produce some short opportunities, definitely I'll take on ZEV, because this is the second day. Still a bit risky for shorts, but it could provide us with good opportunity. So we'll look both ways on these. AMC, same thing, guys. It's weak. My general bias towards it is basically a short. So if it does again start to pop up to levels and start to fail off of it, I will look to short it, but I will definitely have my risk calculated before I enter this, because it could chop around a lot as well, guys, before it actually makes its move. So on AMC, mostly short biased. Spaces also showed a really weak sign yesterday. I really thought this was going to continue over 35s, but 35s held really strongly, and that move down, just a sign of initial, it could be a start of a secondary move after this. So today I will be looking to short it if the opportunity comes, especially if it's under 30s, guys. That level could be interesting if it starts to wash and then come back to it. So watch level around 30 area. So we've got that. SPY, we know the drill. By the way, guys, SPY looks slightly heavy to me. It might, I'm expecting slight correction, but it might not be today. Usually a SPY will do that on Fridays, guys. It is already sort of gapping up a little bit. And then we have PFE, quite strong compared to MRNA, guys. MRNA yesterday had a red day. We were anticipating that, by the way. Yesterday on the pre-market, I did mention that I am a little bit short biased on it. In fact, quite short biased, because it was overextended. And yes, it did, but it wasn't really clean. I just don't like, it's just not clean enough for me. I probably, yeah, if it does provide something like that, then I might not take it. But if it has some cleanliness on it, then I will consider taking it. FSR, again, this is the believe Morgan Stanley upgrade. So let's see if it has some energy left in it to continue. It's got a huge amount of resistance, guys, 19 and 20s. So I don't know whether it has the strength to actually take that out, but we'll keep an eye on it. Not my favorite, to be honest. Hood, short biased until something big changes on it. Hood is short biased still. There has been some interest in it pre-market. That's a little bit of a telltale sign. There might be some buyers trying to come in on it if it starts to wash. But we'll be careful on it, because at the moment the daily looks to me that yes, it wants to continue. 54.20, so we are looking at here, yeah. So that's that, and we have CLF. CLF daily looks nice. It's breaking out the yeah. I don't know why I have this as a gapping up. Okay, it's gapping up slightly over 26. I don't like it, guys. I'm gonna take the CLF off. I don't like it. Once I realize that I'm not too sure about a stock or a daily of it, then I just leave it alone. There's plenty of options out there today, guys, so we don't need anything that's iffy. That's pretty much it, guys. That's for the watch list, and as I said, I am going to be trading 5 minutes after the open, guys. Best of luck. Let's do this. Right, guys, just a quick reminder, if you can remind me later on when things cool down, I want to talk about risk management for people with small account and big accounts, and depending on the experience. So let's discuss that, because it could be useful. So later on, guys, yeah, risk management. Alright, guys, DYAI showing some strength. We still want that 450 to break. For me, it's still early, guys, but this is the type of trade that that you take early, though. It's a breakout trade with some catalyst, gap and go, basically. And but for me, breakouts have never been very comfortable, so I am gonna wait for the right entry for it if it starts to show and hold strength. So let's have a look at ZEV washing, guys. ZEV is washing. There it goes. DYAI is going for it. 450 needs to break though. There it goes. There it goes. There it goes. If it starts to continue up, it's probably gonna halt. Because from 440 to 480s, it's gonna halt. If we see 480s, it will halt. Almost. Almost. Oh, ORPH, I didn't add. Sorry, I wasn't clear enough. I added it to on the watch list because I didn't put it earlier. I said I'm adding ORPH in the watch list as well. I didn't trade it yet. Space is coming down, guys, as I expected. Space is showing sign of weakness already. I would have liked it to bounce a little bit, honestly. That 30 already held. If this happened after 5 minutes, I would have taken around 30s, but it's just unfortunately it's just too early. I think we might have missed that opportunity on space, just like yesterday. Space has been really doing that to me. Just being a bit hard to get actually. That's fine. AMC is also showing sign of weakness. AMC has a better daily for a short. As you can see, it hasn't gapped down. So it has tried to rebound back. 32's held and now it's dropping. So I'll keep an eye on AMC as well as ZEV, guys. Wow, space. You bastard. Come on, space. Yesterday you did the same thing. Unbelievable. Right, ZEV. Let me show you ZEV, guys, from yesterday's runner. So it got nowhere near 12 and it couldn't bounce off of its gap down. So it's continued with the momentum of gap down. 1070s, 1060s. HOOD is quite choppy. I will look back at it if it starts to get out of chop. FULC, where's my FULC? Looks to be right. That is a change. 24 bounce. Right, that 24 bounce was okay. Yeah, same here, Jay. I really don't like chasing things. They just went straight, man. Like it's like they never looked back. ORPH, guys, is coming up to the highs of the pre-market. 590s is attacking that 6. This could provide us with something. Keep an eye on this as well as the other one I mentioned earlier. Wow, DYAI. Ooh, that's huge. Then we had MDIA, failed completely. This is why I don't trade the first 5 minutes, guys. Look, if you had taken a breakout trade here, 12 over 12s, boom, you probably wouldn't have a chance to put your stop there. ORPH looks clean, guys, and it looks strong. keep an eye on that. ORPH. ZEV. ZEV guys, 1075. I'm watching ZEV for a possible short. 1078 I'm looking at. 1070s. Oh, okay. 1073s. Can I get something? 1073s. Oh man. 68s. 70s. I don't want to chase it, but there was a short there around 70s, but I couldn't. Okay, I might get in here. 1073s. No, I managed to get 70s, not 73s, guys. Short 70s, not 73s. I wanted to get around here, but your stop is just over 1080s. With this, what I will do is I'll keep my stop very tight. If it does take me out and then gives me another possible short around 11s, I'll take a reshort, but I'll keep my stop very short on it, guys. A small one, which is just over 1080, guys. So short ZEV 1070s with a 10-cent stop, guys. Okay, let's see. Right, so on this one I am out, guys. 10 cents, because this was early entry. I know that it was early entry, that's why I put it a bit tight. But if it starts to reject off of 1090s 11s, I will retry shorting it, guys, because I don't mind having a few tries on the setup right about there. Okay, it's rejecting from 11s nice and sharply. I want to see how this candle closes, guys. Let's watch this candle. Okay, it closed right at the top, so it is rejected from 11s, guys, so there's another opportunity here. I'm looking to short it again, guys. Ah, you bastard. ZEV. You son of a gun. Wow, okay, okay. You got me for a 10 cents. Alright, fair enough. Fair enough. Unbelievable. So ZEV wants to take a revenge from yesterday. We beat ZEV nicely, but today it wants to take a revenge. That's fine, ZEV. Take your revenge. I don't mind paying you 10 cents when you can pay me dollars. I'm okay with that. Yeah, I was actually gonna. I was trying to enter here. See, the thing is, I'm sometimes greedy to enter. I have to have the really good price, and once it starts to wash, I wouldn't enter at all. I never like chasing stocks, because I used to, but I got burned so many times that I've stopped doing it. You know, because it's just was painful. Yeah, sure, we can go through that. No worries. By the way, guys, FULC, FULC is showing sign of weakness. It's going for a run down. There we go. So you see this low broken here. Now it's gonna go. Yeah, see, at the moment it's too late. Knowing that it's weak, I can't enter. Even, okay, watch AMC, but that price action is very funny. Very, very funny. Funny price action there. Doo-doo-doo. AMC. Don't just keep shorting it as it starts to bounce. So for example, if you have a short bias on it, try to not keep shorting it as it starts to pull back. Especially with stocks like Hood and AMC, you want to wait for that confirmation. At least wait for a red candle or some sort of a shooting star or pin bar or things like that, whatever you want to call it. I'm not a too great fan of those pin bars or whatever, but at the right place, they do um, matter. So AMC right now looks interesting. You see, it's showing sign of strength. That's the problem on this one. Okay, what else? Okay, so on AMC, here's the deal, guys. What I want is, because it's bounced off quite strong, I would really like it to go under the EMA, and start trading under. See what I mean? It's showing sign of strength. Now, because it's pulled back all the way to 100% of the move, start looking at weakness around 3180s and 32s. This zone here, guys. We want to look at the weakness around this zone here. But if it does break that, forget about shorts. Right about now, as it's coming, we're going to start looking at weakness on AMC, guys. Alright, still strong into that zone. Let's have a look. Just gonna wait for that confirmation, guys, because it seems to be strong. Just wait for that confirmation. 3180s. Okay. Yep, quite strong. Okay. Okay, that's looking kinda reverse, not reversal, but the rejection. So I'm gonna start slow on this AMC, guys. I'm trying to get a better price, 3170s. See, if we do get 3170s, it's a 30 cents stop. 3170s, 75s, 74s. Okay, that's looking good. For me, guys, I couldn't get in. It's clearly rejected from that area. I tried to get it around 75s, but just couldn't get it. 75, 73s. Tried quite a few times, I couldn't. But yeah, the idea is still, as you can see, guys, is exactly what we thought it was gonna do. So that short from the high of day is working out really nicely. I mean, if you had traded anywhere here, you could take some out at the VWAP, because we know there should be a little bit of a bounce from it. Yeah, the reason why I didn't take around under 3150 is a good one, but the problem with that is the huge risk. I don't like to risk too much because my first partial is VWAP, so my risk to reward gets skewed a little bit. So that's why I didn't take. Now, here's the deal: if it starts to come up to that zone and barely reaches and starts rejecting from it, then that's a better entry. Right. Don't even look at the ZEV, guys. You're gonna get annoyed. So what you can do, Jay, is you want that VWAP to break, 3120s to break and stay broken. What you want is a nice wash off of that VWAP, and this is really good. Like, if it starts to close below it and starts trading under it, I believe you can even add depending on the situation. So if it does break VWAP and holds, trying to hold on if you can, which basically means there it goes. There you go. Bring your, I would say you can bring it, I mean, if I was in it, obviously I would have brought my stop to 3160s, just over it, just in case. Awesome stuff, awesome stuff. And look at that, 31's getting taken out. You can take some out here, Jay. Alright, I would have taken some out just under, yeah, really good. Well done. Awesome stuff. Now you can just relax about it, because you see your stop is great, 3165's over here. If it decides to come back over VWAP, then that's telling you that that momentum that you were looking for is not there yet. So yeah, really nice. As I said, popping up to VWAP, and if it starts to hold here, could be a short, sorry, add chance. I want to see if this area holds, guys. We want to see this area holding on it. This little zone area here, which is doing a good job of holding, to be honest. 5 seconds left. It's gonna close a bit strong. I don't know. Is it locked? Is the account locked on your side? There it goes. Okay, that's a good sign on AMC, guys. 3120s, 27s, 3130s. Right, I need this bar to close, because I'm gonna try some 3124s, 3124s, shorting 3124s. Oh, really nice entry, really nice. It's showing okay. Now let's go, continue 31 break, and we're good to go. The stop is just over for me. For this stop is 31.45, guys. Now if it doesn't, if it does come back and takes that out, that means it's just going into a chop or reversal, which is great. My stop is, I'm happy with the stop. Right about there, guys, that's the stop. Oh, Jay, we missed that space, man. We missed the space. Freaking hell. 29 bounds. This would have been difficult, but that would have been actually ideal place. Look at that. That 29 area, right to the tick, guys. Held really nicely. Beautiful. Jessica, I think I don't. I really send me. Can you send me a snapshot? A snapshot of the whole window? Maybe you're missing something. Come on, AMC, we want that 31 to get taken out. Once you do that, then I can feel comfortable about it. Come on, AMC, let's go. Yeah, it's still to the short side. It's to the weak side, the way it's holding. But as I said, if it does break that 31.40s, then I'll be worried. As long as it's not breaking that and staying under it, I'm okay with that. Ooh, hood, man, crazy. I was all day shorts on it. My bias was complete short on this. By the way, guys, I do trade hood, MRNA, those ones that have massive spread sometimes on the side. I mentioned earlier as well. I don't alert them because if I do, my entry might be really good, but you might get really like spagged out on the spread. So I just don't like to do that. But I will trade it on the side. I usually trade hood and MRNA on the side. There we go, AMC. Let's go. Come on, let's go, buddy. Let's go. 3080 is broken. Wow, that bounce. I don't like that. Okay, that's better. Right, trying to take some out. Right at the bottom, I want to hit the bed. 3080s. 3080s. I'll take some out. 3080s, 78s. Okay, okay. Alright, let's go. Come on, come on. Hit my 3080s. I think barely touched it, guys. 80. Didn't get actually a full fill on it, but I did get some partial on it. 3080s. Right here, guys. Partial taken for, and now I can just stop still there, guys. I mean, that area is still relevant for me. So I am gonna wait on that stop there. Alright, now we want that 30s, 60s, 50s to break for it to actually have a really good continuation. Right, Jay, you can always bring your stop right here, even closer to break even for our stop, but yours is a bit higher entry, so much better. Definitely break even in your case. The miss again. Space has been getting me. Honestly, it feels like I lost today. Although I'm green, but it feels like I've lost because that space was big miss. I was definitely watching it. Space. Alright, let's stick to our trade here. PFE. Wow, hood, really nice. MRNA, really nice. Awesome stuff. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. Mogo, Mogo, Mogo. It's just broken that that significant area of 715s, and it's come back down to it. Tested it, now bouncing off of it. Looks interesting. Not a very clean setup, but there is a trade for long here. Now might be a bit. Okay. Okay, AMC is coming back up to get us for the remainder of the partial. AMC 37, 3150s. Around 3150s I'll be out of AMC if it does come back up. Okay, AMC, come on, make up your mind. Yeah, it could have some momentum behind it. Looks good. UPST, I was looking at UPST. Big size though. No, I will not call this, but there is a trade there. Because it's quite a bit of, yeah, there's like 30 cents spread there, guys. So if you don't time the trade, then it can get you in trouble. What else do we have? Alright, I'm waiting to get out. Okay, I'm out, guys. AMC, I'm out. 31, around 31.41s here, guys. 31.41s. It's fine. Just yeah, partial was much bigger than our last stop loss, anyways. So still a good trade, I would say. Just not clean enough. There's not much of a follow through on it. So what else was I looking? Yeah, I believe so. I just don't like the way this whole price action itself is kind of just a bit telltale sign of a reversal off of that level 31. So I just don't like it. That's why I got out. I could have put my stop way higher, but since that area was relevant at that point, it was much ideal for me to keep it there. And once that breaks, then the whole sort of the whole thesis become basically invalid at that point if it starts breaking above. And staying in it after your thesis is rejected is not a really good idea. So I believe, even though small green, is actually a really good trade, this one. We want to always compare our trades, whether it's good or not, based on the there it goes, based on the plan and your setup. Did you follow them properly or not? Not by the P&L. Never judge your trades by P&L. That's why I turn off my P&L completely on my account manager. And I never talk about dollars. I always talk about cents. How many cents we lost, how much we won. $31.60s. I mean, Jay, you should still be in it because your entry was here, right? You know, your stop is about 31.55, isn't it? If you got in 31.50s, your stop should be 31.55. But did you manage to stay in or get out? Small green on this for me for today. Ah, lovely, yeah. See, that's the important. You know, the timing and entry, a right timing of entry is extremely important. It can save you from a lot of whipsaws as well. If you manage to get as close as possible to the top of the reversal, which is extremely, by the way, is extremely difficult, and it's a bad habit to do if you don't know what you're doing. But because we have had set out a laid plan on it, that we wanna, so it's always ideal to talk to yourself about your plan. Does that make sense? If it does, then if it does response in that area, then you can take action. So you wanna first of all see prices reach your area and how it reacts there. And if it doesn't react there, that means that level is in it doesn't exist anymore there. But if it starts to react like it did here, then you can start taking actions. That's why trying to sort of get in slightly early could pay off sometimes. In this case for you, yes. I think 3150s, ideally just over 3150s would be nice for a stop. If you can survive this trade, then once it starts breaking these lows, then we are looking at a good move. And if it does that, I won't be here with you, because I'll start to feel FOMO a little bit. Right, ORPH guys, something telling me that this wants to run. Just the second day though, second day. Okay, so there's no company specific news. That's the problem with this. So it could get heavily shorted as it pops out. If there was a big catalyst, I would say yes, really nice long setup, but I don't see any catalyst on it. So it could be one of those pumps, guys. If it is, then it might be a good idea to wait for it to start dumping. Right, guys, what I am gonna do today is, because my original plan with Space and AMC and I'm running few other trades on the side, mostly Space. I just missed that one, and I will not be looking for any sort of short here. On Space, it's already overextended. Yes, daily looks extremely weak, and it's broken that congested area zone 2850s, this area here. Still, guys, it's way overextended to the downside, so I will not be shorting it for quite some time. Chances are I probably wouldn't be able to trade this at all today unless I look for a reversal along, which I doubt. So, and most of my other trades, I did miss quite a few today, which is perfectly fine. I have a small red today, honestly. It's not very, not even, I can call it a break even, honestly. Just a little red, which is fine. So I'm gonna stop probably here, guys, unless AMC starts to break that wedge here. This area here, if it starts to break and start trading under it, maybe I'll consider it. Other than that, I don't see anything else. If you guys see anything else, let me know. Although this looks quite choppy, but remember, this is attacking that low quite a bit, guys. It's just clearly, as it pops up, it's getting shorted. As it pops up now, it's getting tighter and tighter and tighter under 23. There is a possibility. What's the spread like on this? Not too bad, not too bad. Full C. Just not clean enough for me. And it's the second day as well. Huge gap. I expect a bit of a retracement on it, so that could be a good short, but your stop will have to be over VWAP, which is 23.50. You could have like 80 cents stop on it, or 70 cents, which is quite big. But it is there. The idea is there for a short. This is what I'm looking at. Once that gets broken, then yeah, we got 22 and 21.50s areas that it can hit. But no, I'm gonna leave it, guys. I'm gonna close the other trades. Hood is reversing, so I have to close that. There it goes. You see, under 23. This goes. This was just, and I mean, this is really difficult for me to explain. If you ask me, why did you see that? It's just, it's an intuition. It's really like something like you will get used to it over. If you see price action constantly with the same chart, you will start to see things slightly before it starts to happen, which is an extremely good place to be. And sometimes you might see me in the videos or in the live stream that I will go straight onto a symbol and I will say, okay, I'm shorting it, and I will short it straight away, and I will work straight away, like within like instantly. So it's just intuition thing. I've done it over and over and thousands of times. That's probably why I see things just a bit early. Um, there was not much of a price action explaining that it was gonna break this, because we were getting that that congestion area before as well. But I just had a feeling that this was the right time for it to break. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it honestly. Sometimes it's kind of hard. Yeah, so that, there you go. You see 22 hit, 2150 is going to be another area for that it might wash to and pause. Okay, I don't need to worry about the hood anymore. MRNA is good. Right. Why is ORPH moving? This is what I want to know. Okay. AMC, by the way, is starting to get some momentum. Not yet. It's starting though. It is looking like it wants to continue. AMC. AMCJ, keep an eye on that. And Jay, remember, if it does wash heavy, trying to hit that bid. Yeah, if it does wash, let's say this washes to 3050s, get some, entries on the bid, some partials, because every time it's washing nicely, it's bouncing today. Yeah. Right, guys, I am out of all my trades, so I am gonna continue with that discussion of risk management. Okay, let me just get ready for that. Let me talk about ZEV, by the way. Yesterday's trade is because pretty much everyone was there yesterday watching that, so I will talk about that. So we had our entries here, somewhere there, first entry. MRNA. MRNA, I was short biased. I'm short biased on it still. On the side, I did trade it, but I didn't call it out. Since yesterday, I have been short biased on it and trading it short. I'm not right about now. It's reversing, so if you are actually short on it, I'll be careful. I'll keep my risk a bit tight. It's clearly showing sign of reversal, so I wouldn't be staying in it if you were short anywhere from anywhere here. So yeah, that's the thing, because it's already done its move. We're talking 455 to 420s. That's a $30, $35 move, right? So expect a little bit of a bounce, at least to VWAP. That's what I'm expecting. Yes, on mRNA, definitely short biased today, but it's already done its move. I'm done with it. I don't need to keep an eye on that. What were you looking at on mRNA? Long side or a short side? By the way, AMC is looking good. I see that. That 31 area is holding really nicely, and just keep a watch on it. If it starts to wash off, get ready to take some out on it. I would say just before 30/50s. I feel like it's coming, Jay. Just guys, give me like 5 minutes. Just watching AMC, see what it does around that low of day. Okay guys, I'm gonna start with the risk management approach. I really wanted to talk about this because there are multiple level of traders in here and asking questions on the Reddit as well. I want to go through a scenario, an example of certain level of traders, how they should approach the risk management to begin with. If you're trading for years, yes, this should apply as well, because the same approach I use. And I'll also go through, if somebody wants to actually start out with good risk management with small account, how do they do that? We'll go through that. So let's go ahead and talk about yesterday's trade. Could be a good example. So if you guys remember, we took this long trade here, and then I added here over 10, just around over 10, yes, and then we exited somewhere here, somewhere here. I'm not too sure where the third exit was, here somewhere, I think. Third exit was somewhere here, and then the fourth got stopped out. Our runner got stopped out here. So that's how I managed it. That's how I managed it. But here's the thing, guys. A lot of people don't have extra sort of investment or amount of money in their accounts to be able to do this, especially on bigger names. So what I suggest, if somebody is starting out and they've been trading for, like, let's say on live account or even demoing things, first get yourself used to first in, first out. By the way, watch AMC, J, right? So what we want to do basically, guys, is to start out, if you're not really sort of sure about your risk management, you want to go with one in, one out, right? Don't worry about scaling in, don't worry about scaling out, because if you start with scaling in, scaling out, you're going to get yourself out of the right path. You're going to try all sorts of scaling out, scaling in, and the consistency will not be there for you to actually drive a data from, right? For you to get something out of your trading, you need consistency, guys. So I would suggest, if you had traded this, if you were going one in, one out, what I would do is, usually, ideally, my second, on average, I get my second partial on most of my trades, right? So let's say we're trading this, and then I take two trades. You take only one entry. Forget about this one. Take the first one, right? And then once we hit that first partial, straight away put your stop to break even, right? Once our first partial gets hit, you want to move your stop to break even straight away from the initial stop, right? And then let it run for the second partial. Once your second partial area gets hit, take everything off, right? So we've got one in, one out, right? That's the way to start. Now with this one, you're going to start to realize, after a certain number of trades, I would say 100, 200 trades, you will start to realize a trend. You will see that, oh, you're either taking your exit early or late, if you stay consistent with this approach, right? That's the whole idea, guys. That's, once you have that data with you, then you can start to work with that data. What I mean by that is, let's say for example, I am taking my second partials too early. If I start to notice on every trade of mine, I'm taking my second partial too early. In your case, it would be your exit, right? What I can start to work is now, okay, I'm going to say to myself, well, I will put my stop to break even once I hit my first partial, but I'm not going to take anything off. And I'm going to let it work out a little bit more on my exit. And then while it's moving, you can sort of creep your stop up, and trail stop the whole trade. But you have to gather that data, though, whichever works for you. For me, because I have multiple options to take off the exits, this way works fine. But one in, one out, one in, one out, is the way to go forward, guys, if you're not used to multiple partials, right? So that's the beginner way, or someone who wants to really sort of hone in on their risk management. I would definitely recommend to do that. Now, if you want a really technical way to do this, I have a solution for that as well. Now, you can put a, let's say for example, an EMA. If you want to be really technical, you can say, okay, I'm going to let this trade run until I have a break of EMA and close below the EMA, if you're long on it. Say for example, you've taken a trade here and you want to exit exactly when it actually the price penetrates the EMA. It could be 10 EMA, 20 EMA. You have to test it out. For me, 20 EMA works really nice. As soon as it breaks that, that's your exit. Okay, entry, exit, simple as that. Just making sure that if the price starts to give you more than 2 to 1 of your original risk, put your stop straight away to break even. That's the way, technical way to actually approach one in, one out exit strategies, entry and exit risk management strategies. Once you start to get used to that for about, let's say, 4 to 6 months, and you're constantly doing it, refining it, and you're ready to move on, and your account has some sort of flexibility to add, scale in or scale out, I will suggest to not scale in. Okay, your next step would be to scale out of a trade. What that gives you is a flexibility to bank in some, and gives you a little bit of a emotional relief, right? It gives you an emotional relief for you to actually let a runner run, right? Yeah, great. That's perfect, because you are going in with one. That's what you want. Stick to that, because scaling in is a little bit of a later down the line strategy. It could get you in a lot of trouble if you don't know what you're doing, and it can get you in a lot of bad habits, Jay. So this is perfect. Stick to your one entry, and if your timing is right, it should work out for you straight away, the way we do things here anyways. And scaling out, you're doing, I believe 2 or 3 exits, I'm not too sure, but scale out, putting your partial after 2R, I would say, not 1R. 1R partial, 1R break even stop is a bit too close in my opinion. If you can get it to, let's say, 2R move, and then after that you move your stop to break even, that's perfect. Okay, so the beginner way of, like, the first step to do is this way, guys, right? Forget about the ad. This is your entry. Now you want to look for the exit. Once you can, there's multiple ways to do this. As I said, your exit could be technical, very technical, which is the break of 20 EMA. Not just a break like here. You see the wick? That's not a break. It needs to close below, and you have another candle trading under it. That's your clear exit. This is your trade, guys, right? Entry, exit, right? So if you can try to sort of achieve that for some months and get really comfortable with it, then, as I said, then the next step would be to work on multiple exits. Entry should be the same. Once you start good amount of move, and it could also depend on the start reading level 2 as well on your exits, and then start taking maybe 2 exits, 50% off, 50% off. That's it, simple as that, right? So, and then you can always sort of extend this or start making more exits as it starts to work for you. which means you could be doing 33%, then the remaining out. So you want to go really with the lowest approach, the easiest approach to it, guys. Don't go ahead with the most complicated one. Always start with the easiest one so you can build upon it yourself. That's what the whole thing I wanted to talk about, guys. I know you see me adding and entering, and I'm constantly thinking, well, is this really ideal for you guys? Maybe I should call out one in one, but that's not the way I trade, guys. And it's also for myself as well. The whole stream is for myself as well, guys, because I need to go back to my trades and I look at my trades and how I traded, what my thoughts are. That's why I speak it out loud. This is what's happening. This is where I'm putting my stop entries here. This is the idea. That's the idea. I want to see and hear myself thinking out loud, going back at it. That's how I'm going to progress myself. I'm going to get better. So for me to alert or put out one exit, one entry, I probably wouldn't do that. Jay, by the way, your AMC, beautiful. Sorry guys, I'm just gonna go off topic a little bit. Beautiful. Okay. Anyways, let's get back to business. Okay, so what's the questions? Let's see. Before I know when to enter, I know you're looking for which indicator would you look for an entry, or are you looking for the breakers? What that's a bit of a broad question, Jessica. You'll have to bear with me for that, because I don't want to confuse you, because I use multiple setups and I can't just say. It's kind of hard for me to explain in simple, like very short time frame, that the thoughts behind it. But I did explain the general idea behind it is though yesterday. If you do go back to the stream and watch exactly the same area that I entered the ZEV, you will start to understand my thoughts behind it. And every single trade, I try to actually go through my thoughts, what I'm thinking about this trade. Why do I think it's a short? Why do I think it's a long? At least it gives you an idea, right? And then there are slight sort of confluence areas, or this slight, adds bits here and there that actually helps the trade. But the main idea, I always talk it out loud. If it's not ZEV, you might find it in other stocks. Similar stock, if you go back to the videos, SGOC, a massive trade on SGOC, you will find similar setup to ZEV on that one as well. So you'll start to get the hang of how I work and how my setups are. But it's going to take a while, because even if I go from A to Z on one setup, it's going to be extremely hard for you to grasp everything, right? Because I would say 60-70% of my setups are technical. What that means is it has to do this. If they don't do this, I'm not trading. But after 70%, the remaining 30% is actually discretionary. What I mean by that last decision making tool is right over here. Level 2 with time and sales. I don't have time and sales here, but on my other platform I do have them. So those two is called tape reading. And over years I've been doing this, and that's my last sort of tick list. That's my it's kind of hard for me to teach level 2. It just has to come naturally, but I can, you know, give you some hints and tips along the way anyways. So there are a lot of things behind the trade, but trying to get a general idea behind it. And you have to find out what you like. For example, what you are comfortable with. Do you like to long the stocks? Do you like to short the stocks? Or you don't mind? For me, I don't mind. Okay, that's why I short and long if I see an opportunity, right? And also stick to one thing. Like if you want to go long only, find a long setup, or you know, we can find it together if you want. Long setup, and stick with it, and do not trade anything else. Okay, do not trade anything else and stick with that. As I said, with the position management or risk management as well, you wanna stick to the simplest version of it and then build upon it, right? It's exactly the same analogy as, you know, you can't just go into a motorbike and start riding it before you actually know the balance. You need to start with the cycling, you know. So something like that. So choose something that makes sense to you. Now, what is your tolerance level as well? Like, for example, for me, a lot of people will take a trade here. Like, if you can see clearly, it's broken the pre-market high. This is bringing some volume. In this case, it works out, but I'm not comfortable with that, because the way I look at this, my risk is huge. I mean, I'm talking under 10s here now, right? So I'm not comfortable with that. I like to get in slightly early when it starts to show signs for a move. But like, to keep it short, guys, for the risk management, I wanted to talk about risk management. If you are just starting out, just make sure to start learning one exit, sorry, one entry, one exit. That's it. And what you want to do is, when price moves 2R or more, move stop to BE, right? And we want to wait. Like, now your target could be, usually I target, to be honest, anything close to 5 to 1. But it doesn't have to be that way. You can say that, oh, well, I'm gonna keep it technical. I'm just gonna exit at the break of what is it called, the EMA, or whatever you have. You could have a 10 EMA maybe going into like that. You want to say that I want to exit here, but you will have to do a little bit of a research on your trades itself. Now, which one worked out really nicely for you, right? But most importantly, one entry, one exit. Get used to this, and then you can move on to next stage, where you got one entry, two exits, right? But everything else stays the same. This thing never changes, right? Even with this one, once you hit that first exit, which is close to 2 plus R or 3R, then you want to bring your stop down to break even. Hopefully that makes sense. The whole idea behind it is, guys, do not complicate things. Start with simple approach and build upon it. And if you see me calling out multiple exits, that's fine. It's there for you to learn, and also, you know, it's good to talk about it, because eventually you will start to get to a point where you will start to exit multiple partials, hopefully. And then when you're ready, you're almost like there. You see what I mean? Like, you wouldn't have to work that much to actually get used to it. So that's one I want to cover. Any questions on that, guys? I'll try. I'll remind myself to clip it with a short 5 minutes video or something like that, or maybe even I will make a little bit more detailed version of the video on the side. I think I'll do that because this way I'm just talking to you guys, and it's different when I am making a tutorial video. I will hopefully start to make tutorial videos on these because risk management is really huge part of trading, and we have to get it right. If you don't, guys, it's just you could have the best entry out there, you still be struggling. So I know everybody is looking out for that entry. You know, what I could tell you. Here's an example. I'll tell you, look, guys, I'm gonna give you a line on the chart. Anytime price approaches that line, I want you to short it if it starts to pause there for a while. Or if it's above that, if it starts to drop to that line, I want you to take a long. Entry could be as simple as that. But how you deal with after the fact is what makes it or breaks it. Hopefully that makes sense. I can't stress this enough, guys. Risk management is the core secret behind a long-lasting survivability. That's what I would say. But don't be content with 2 hours or 1.5 hour. It doesn't work. You want to look out for trades that will give you 5 hours, 10 hours, 4 hours, things like that. Does that make sense? Yeah, definitely. I want to make this video I want to make it a little bit more nice and short, but also with some nice text, maybe examples and things like that. At the moment it's just live, because I have your responses. I can explain it according to your questions, but when I make the short video, it'll have to be step-by-step approach. I'll probably write them down and plan nice little tutorial, hopefully. I am planning on doing that, and then we can maybe even go through certain things to watch for the entries as well. But I will definitely do risk management first, before anything. By the way, Jay, you should have taken some of those. 30 area is holding up, and it's kind of not reversing, but it's bouncing off. So I hope you've taken some. Honestly, 30 area is huge, and the way it's bouncing from there is it's clear sign, giving you a sign of a reversal. But if you have 25% left, honestly 25% is not much. I will keep my stop just over 31 and let it run, because you see that daily, the daily is really heavy, right? And the fact that this is the second day after that red day, I don't know how, like, oh sorry, I'm showing you on my other chart. Wait, hold on. Okay, let's talk about daily on this bad boy. You see this daily here? Yeah, this is the continuation. This is the second day continuation. Usually second days, if it's successful, could run. So I'll probably target 29s. 3064, 3064s, 3064s. For your 25%, 3064s might be a bit close. It's up to you. It's I mean, the whole move. This whole move actually started from where I was talking about here, 31, under 31s. So for me, 31s have a much more significant area than a 3064 area. So that zone has much more significance to me. Because 3064, I don't see much. Really, I don't see much. Yes, there is something there, but stronger area is here. And you've got your 25% anyways. Anyways, that's that, guys. Anyway, that's how I would do it. It's up to you. I usually let my runners run. That's probably me. By doing that, I will get stopped out on the reversals, but sometimes I'll get multiple on my last run. I'll get huge R's. That's just silly sometimes. So it's worth it to keep it. Right, guys. Any other questions? Anything before I go? Because tomorrow I won't be joining. Friday as well, guys. I'm going for a long weekend. And on Monday, hopefully I'll see you guys back next week. If you don't have any questions, best of luck. Take it easy, guys. And stay safe out there. Before I set out, any questions? Okay, that's why I thought. It's normal. Just guys, it's an extremely difficult challenge, and I struggle with it by huge. Um, I I had I had a pre for this specific challenge. I had to go and make another plan, completely different to what I trade and how I trade. So it's not easy. Trust me. People blow it up, or bust the challenge the first day. Most of the um, challengers. I've seen it. I've done it myself. That's why I say it's difficult. It's not. Nice. Yeah. I mean, we will take it from when I do get back. Hopefully, we'll if you have any questions or anything you want to talk about, we can we can talk about it. Don't worry. Anytime, guys. If I'm free. All right, guys. Take it easy. Have a good one. Best of luck, and I will see you Monday live stream 9:15 EST. Take it easy, guys.